What's up guys, I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now I'd like to give you guys my review of the new movie, Don't Tell a Soul. So it stars Jack Dylan Grazer from Shazam, and it also stars Rainn Wilson from The Office. And this movie was about two brothers who they clearly are at odds with each other at the start of the movie already. They clearly are not best of friends. The younger brother, played by Jack Dylan Grazer, he obviously feels bullied by his brother, but he's also is influenced by his older brother. And the older brother is played by Fionn Whitehead. And at the start of the movie, there's not really much setup. They go and they rob the house of an old lady, and they end up getting about $12,000. And as they're leaving the house, they run into a security guard played by Rainn Wilson. Rainn Wilson gives chase, and as the boys are running away, he falls down into a well that was obviously an old well that was covered up by vegetation, and he couldn't see it. He falls in, and he's stuck there. So what we get is a movie about Jack Dylan Grazer, who kind of, both the boys aren't really good kids. I mean, that's just the reality of this story. Neither one of them are good kids. But at least Jack Dylan Grazer's character, he has a certain degree of heart to him, a certain degree of empathy. So he goes back to the well and he starts conversing with Rainn Wilson's character, who has said that he's a security guard, and he gives some of his background to the boy, and they start kind of developing a relationship, a friendship, if you will. And Jack Dylan Grazer, he actually brings him food, he brings him a radio so they can talk to each other while they're in the house. And he explains to the security guard, he explains to Rainn Wilson's character, hey, my mother's sick, my dad died, my mother's sick. And the mother is played by Mina Savari, who's, she's clearly dying of cancer. And that, that the money has helped them. It has helped them. Now, Fionn Whitehead's character, the older brother, he's not a good person, and he blows a lot of the money on drugs and alcohol and parties and whatnot. But, on the other end, Jack Dylan Grazer, the younger brother, he clearly has a little more empathy for what's happening, and he clearly wants, not only does he want to save the security guard, but he wants a father relationship with that security guard. He starts seeing that that security guard as a surrogate father as they talk to each other over the days that Rainn Wilson's character is stuck in the hole. Clearly, the older brother does not want to help him because he's a security guard, and they stole thousands of dollars, and they don't want to be turned in. So they're keeping him in this hole, trying to figure out what they're going to do with him. And we see a very dark character arc taken by the older brother as he has a final solution for the Rainn Wilson character, and we see the two brothers grow more and more estranged while they're trying to navigate what to do with this person who's trapped in this well, and who's been trapped in there for days. So that is an interesting concept. The problem is that you can't really build a complete movie around that concept. It's going to get kind of dull having just a kid go visit a guy in a well over and over again. There are, in the third act, there are a series of twists and turns. There are some unexpected developments that occur. The Rainn Wilson character may or may not be exactly as he is introduced to us. He may not be that same character that's introduced to us. He may or may not have a bit of secret that he's keeping. So there are twists and turns. There are developments that happen, especially in the third act, that really change the trajectory of this movie. It's not simply a movie about a dude being stuck in a hole. That's part of the movie. It definitely has its twists and turns at the end. And you definitely see the younger brother, Jack Dylan Grazer, you definitely see his character take a lot of different turns in the end that weren't always entirely expected, but I guess they were now that I look back on it, understanding that the character is looking for that surrogate father. And yeah, you know, Mina Savari, she does a great job playing a ailing mother, and she has a moment to shine at the end of the movie, where she just, you know, really kind of stands as the heartbeat of the family, you know, the real center, the real heart, and the real soul of the family. The movie was about the two brothers, but it all came back to the mother at the end. So I found that to be a very interesting component as well. So I'm not going to really get into what the third act looks like, because there is a lot of twists and turns in the third act, but I will say that if you think it's just a man stuck in a hole movie, it's deeper than that, and there's more to it than that. So I definitely would recommend checking this movie out. There's a lot of tension in it, and there's a lot of twists and turns, and the brothers, it's interesting to see two brothers at odds with each other and how those odds can escalate in the presence of an unforeseen tense situation. So I give Don't Tell a Soul, I'm going to give this a B. It was definitely very entertaining. I think they could have done more with the two brothers and the Rainn Wilson character. I think there was more to be done and more to be explored, especially in light of what happened in the third act. It was a short movie, an hour and 20-some minutes, and I would have liked to have seen it been a little longer and seen that third act stretched out a little bit, because I felt that once that third act started, they really kind of just barreled towards the end. Still a good movie, though. It was definitely an enjoyable watch. So I give it a B. What did you think of Don't Tell a Soul? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your take on it. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content, and I want to make sure that you're up to date with everything that I'm doing. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the Geeky Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.